Well, hello there, Leo. How are you? It is so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your mid-February reading. This is good from now until mid-March. We'll take a look at the overall energy with the oracle cards, and then we'll go to the tarot for more details. All right, let's jump into it. Let's see what is on the horizon for you. Otter Spirit, you are never alone, and vast vistas expand your horizons. I don't know what's going on with the fire signs, but there is this energy of just leaving people, situations, mindsets, the past for sure, in the past, right? It's kind of like, no, I'm out of the safety zone, vast vistas, climbing out of this box. That box represents the old, that box represents your safety zone, your comfort zone. Understanding it is time to go see new people, meet new people, have new adventures. Yeah. And then you have the blessing card. Wow. Blessings are gifts from the universe. Receive and share them. I love that energy. There's a sense of there is a sense of, it's so funny. I've never really noticed this. He has like one leg coming out of that box, right? There's a sense here where I don't want to say that you feel like you're in a hole, but there is a little bit of that energy of feeling like you're having to climb up out of a hole, and that can sometimes prevent us from making changes. Yeah, here it is. It can sometimes prevent us from making changes, right? It's kind of like, you may say, oh, I want to get on this boat down here in the harbor, but I have to get out of this box. Then I have to go down this trail. Then maybe you even have to swim to the boat. But the boat is going to take you to where it is that you really and truly want to go. And understanding that there may be a little bit of a journey, a little bit of work, I'm going to be honest, between where you are now and getting on the boat. And then once you get on the boat, things are really smooth sailing. But that might mean, right, that you have to change a job or a career. You may have to get a divorce. You may have to, sell a house or something like that. It means that there's more. The message I'm getting here is that there's more than one step. You can't just go from the box to the ship. There's a couple of steps, and those steps, I think, you have a family card here. Yeah, and then you have the professional assistance. There's almost this energy of having to work through, some stuff in order to get to where it is. Maybe you are. Maybe it does mean that you have to get a divorce, or you have some financial debt or something that you have to pay off, or you have to, it's just a sense of, do I want to do that, right? It's kind of like, I know I'm in this box. I know I want to get on that ship, but it's a little bit of, do I want to do X, Y, and Z to get onto the ship? Because I know once I'm on the ship, things are going to be smooth sailing, but I'm not sure. I have to admit, it's a little bit, I do not like to fly. And I'd love to go to Europe. But every time I think about it, I think about traveling. And I was actually even talking to a good friend the other day. She went on this trip to Italy, and she said, you know what? The voyage from home to Italy was exhausting. She was like, oh my gosh, it was just such an exhausting trip that when she got there, the entire first day, she just was in bed resting, right? But she said the trip was amazing. Once I got there, it was amazing. I feel like that's a little bit of this. That there's some difficult obstacles or hills that you have to climb in order to get onto that ship. Some hurdles that you have to, or hoops that you have to go through. There's some steps. And so therefore, you have that great achievement. Where's that boat taking you, right? It's allowing yourself to focus on that, but it's kind of like you're self-sabotaging yourself because you're like, well, X, Y, and Z has to happen. I'm not sure I want to do X, Y, and Z. But it's also understanding that if you allow yourself, like my friend, she doesn't like to, she doesn't like to fly either. And it's kind of like understanding, okay, but once I get there, it's going to be good. Yep, this is you trying to manifest this happiness, this joy, this financial security. But you're holding yourself back, a little bit of holding yourself back. Because you don't, I feel like for some of you, it means you have to go it alone for a little bit. And that can be hard, right? Maybe that is getting a divorce. Or, allowing yourself to leave a job or a career. Not really sure where all of that is going to lead. It's almost like you want reassurance from the universe that if I get to the ship, it's going to be okay. Well, guess what? You have the blessings card, right? Understanding that the universe is saying, yes, we understand it's going to be difficult to get to the ship, but we're here to help you getting to the ship, right? So you're not alone. You are not alone. But at the same time, understanding that when you get to the ship, the wind is going to be in your sails and you are going to move forward quickly. For some of you, it also reminds me of when you're doing when you go to school and maybe you're in college or you're trying to get some type of a certification or something. Maybe you're even thinking, oh, if I go in this new direction, I'm going to have to get some type of certification, right? Or a degree, or I'm going to have to go back to school or learn some new skills or something like that. And so you're concentrating, here's the thing, you're concentrating on how difficult, how time consuming that might be. I'm going to have to take this test. I'm going to have to take, maybe you even have to take an admissions test, to even get into the program that you want to get into. It's going to cost this much money. It's going to take this long. But you're focusing on that instead of allowing yourself to focus on the ship. And that is the message here. Focus on the ship and how wonderful things are going to be when you get to the ship. Don't focus on how hard it is getting from where you are to the ship, because you have your spirit guides and angels, and then you have the 9 of Swords, right? The nighttime anxiety. Kind of like, do I have what it takes? Is this going to be too long? If I get to the ship, will it take me where I really want to go? This is over analyzing it, right? This is you. I think for some of you, you could be a spiritual teacher, but we do have the King of Wands there, very much your energy. Allowing yourself to give yourself a little bit of grace, a little bit of compassion, telling yourself, yeah, this might be hard, but it's worth it. It's going to be worth it. You are going to be victorious. You have the Chariot card here. You have a lot of sense of victory here, but you're doubting. You're doubting you're going to be successful. And that is what is preventing you. Or you're looking too much at how difficult or how time consuming. There's something about time consuming, perhaps, it's going to be to get there. So part of this is understanding that getting from the box to the ship is a part of your transformation, of allowing yourself to not look at what you are leaving behind, but focusing on where you're going, right? So there's flowers in the water, and then there's flowers still on the branch. She's looking at what she's losing, what is, lost in the water, which is no longer good. Right? Instead of focusing on what you have, allowing yourself to understand that the transformation card is the Death card, understanding something has to end, right? You have to allow yourself to let something end in order for a new beginning to happen. Allowing yourself to transform your mindset, your beliefs about yourself, right? No longer focusing on what the hardship and instead embracing the energy of, yeah, this is going to be good. Yeah, it's going to take some work, but I understand that on the other side, it's going to be beautiful. It's so funny because they keep reminding me. I have another good friend. She recently had knee surgery, and it was knee replacement surgery. She was suffering so much before, right? And it was kind of like, but she didn't want to go through the pain of the surgery. So she was hobbling around. She wasn't even really able to enjoy life anymore because she really just couldn't get around. And it was then that it was kind of like, she was holding herself back from enjoying life. And then eventually she was like, okay, I have to allow myself to go through this. It's not an easy surgery. There's a lot of rehab afterwards, right? There's pain involved. But now that she's on the other side, she may not be all the way to the ship yet, but she can see the ship is getting close. She's getting closer and closer. The physical therapy is working. The pain is not as difficult every single day. She definitely has more of a life now than she did before the surgery. She may not be completely recovered from the surgery, but she's a lot more mobile now than she was before the surgery. Yeah, this is you. Look at this. Here you are. You're coming in, Leo, with the strength card. You have the strength and the courage to be able to work with your own sense of courage, perseverance, and resilience. But Archangel Michael is here with you with the Temperance card. Understanding that every day may not be easy, but there's going to be a sense of finding, just like my friend with the knee surgery. Okay, every day is getting better because I'm getting closer and closer to that ship. Yeah, seeing clarity. Allowing yourself not to hold back. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles, very much independence. I'm going on this. I'm going to create the life that I really and truly want for myself. And I'm willing to jump those hurdles. I'm willing to drag myself out of this box. And I know the fire signs have had a difficult time the last 15 years with Pluto in Capricorn, but understanding that time is behind. You may feel like you're digging yourself a little bit out of a hole, okay, after the last 15 years. That can be a financial hole. It could be a physical health hole, okay? It could even be a little bit if you allowed, or somebody in your life is kind of like been using substances to kind of like numb the pain. Okay, there's allowing yourself to get out of the box of addiction, or somebody in your life out of that box. Allowing yourself to see clearly where it is that you're wanting to go, and having the courage and the perseverance to say, you know what, this is worth it. I'm worth it. I know I deserve this. So I'm going to allow myself to move in this way. All right, so let's pull a soul truth card for you. And Leo, I do personal readings. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. All right, what expectations do I have that are impossible to meet? That is sometimes the way we sabotage ourselves, right? Because we set these high expectations of either other people in our life or the direction that we're going, the expectation it's going to be easier or harder, right? Allowing yourself to detach from expectations, because expectations only bring us disappointment. This is the energy of staying clear cut on where it is that you want to go, and only keeping in mind, keeping that as the focus, not focusing on the hurdles that maybe are in your path. The expectations we have are mostly delusional and impossible to meet. We then experience disappointment with ourselves or with a relationship when they are not met. It's time to dissolve your expectations and replace them with gratitude. Yeah, It's dissolving your expectations and focusing on gratitude for what you know you already have acquired and what you know you will acquire when you allow yourself to step out of that safety zone and go after what your heart truly desires. All right, Leo, wow, beautiful energy there. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope I see you again soon. Thank you so much for all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light. Bye for now.